Hello friends, welcome to my new episode. I'm really excited today to talk to you about something that plays a huge role in success: persistence. It's often said that success is not about taking giant leaps, but about taking small steps day after day. And that's exactly what we'll be diving into in this episode. We all have dreams and aspirations. But sometimes, these dreams seem so far away, almost impossible to reach. You may find yourself thinking, how can I achieve this? Where do I even begin? Well, the truth is, you don't have to do it all at once. The key is persistence. But what does persistence really mean? Let's break it down. Persistence is the ability to continue doing something despite difficulties or delays in achieving success. It's about staying focused, even when things don't go as planned. It's about putting in the effort every single day, even when you don't feel like it. Imagine trying to climb a mountain. The peak seems far away, and the journey looks exhausting. You might even feel like giving up. But if you take it one step at a time, if you keep putting one foot in front of the other, you'll eventually get to the top. This is how persistence works. We all know that reaching for big dreams isn't easy. But what we often forget is that the little steps we take each day are what will eventually get us there. Let me share some stories to help explain. The story of Thomas Edison. One of the most famous examples of persistence is Thomas Edison, the man who invented the light bulb. Edison faced failure after failure. He tried thousands of different materials and methods, but none worked. Many people around him thought he was wasting his time. Some even ridiculed him. But Edison didn't stop. He famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Edison's story shows us that persistence doesn't mean success will come immediately. It means that you keep going, even when failure feels like an option. Small steps as day after day lead to big breakthroughs. And eventually, Edison succeeded in creating the light bulb, changing the world forever. The power of small wins. We often focus so much on the end result, the final goal, that we overlook the power of the small wins along the way. Each small step you take towards your goal is a victory. It's easy to get discouraged when we're not seeing the massive progress we hope for. But what we often fail to realize is that every little step, every small effort, is adding up. Think about someone who is learning a new language. If they focus solely on fluency, they might get discouraged. But when they celebrate small wins, like learning a new word or having their first conversation in that language, they can keep moving forward. Every step counts. Similarly, if you're working towards a fitness goal, you don't need to run a marathon right away. Start with a small jog, a walk, or a few push-ups. Consistency matters more than anything. The importance of focus. Persistence isn't just about repeating the same action over and over, it's about maintaining focus. To persist means that even when distractions arise, when life gets busy, when it feels easier to quit, you keep your eyes on the prize. Think about athletes preparing for a competition. They don't just practice once and think they're ready, they practice for months, sometimes years. And during that time, there are many challenges. Injuries, self-doubt, and moments when they want to quit. But true athletes don't give up. They remain focused on the end goal, knowing that persistence will get them there. Breaking down large goals into small tasks. One of the most important tips for maintaining persistence is breaking down your large goals into small, manageable tasks. Instead of seeing your goal as one huge, overwhelming mountain, think of it as a series of smaller hills. By breaking your goal into smaller steps, you can make progress more easily. If you want to write a book, for example, don't focus on writing the entire book at once. Instead, set a goal to write 500 words a day. After a month, you'll have written 15,000 words. This approach makes the task less intimidating and gives you a sense of accomplishment every day. Learning from setbacks. One of the biggest challenges with persistence is that we often face setbacks. There are days when it feels like nothing is going right, and you might start questioning if it's worth it. But setbacks are not failures, they are part of the journey. Let's look at a story of someone you might not expect, J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series. Before her books became a worldwide phenomenon, Rowling faced rejection after rejection. In fact, the manuscript for Harry Potter was rejected by 12 publishers. Can you imagine how discouraging that must have been? But she didn't give up. She kept going, believing in her story. Today, Harry Potter is one of the most successful book series in history. Rowling's journey teaches us an important lesson: don't let setbacks define you. Use them as fuel to keep pushing forward. Remember, setbacks are just temporary. What matters is how you respond to them. Creating habits that support persistence. How do you stay persistent day after day when motivation fades? The answer is build habits. Persistence doesn't require motivation every single day. If you create a routine and build habits that support your goal, persistence becomes automatic. If you want to improve your health, start by making exercise a non-negotiable part of your day. Even on days when you don't feel like it, the habit will push you forward. If your goal is to learn a new skill, make time for it every day, even if it's just for 10 or 15 minutes. Over time, these small, consistent actions will lead to big results. Conclusion: the power of persistence. As we've seen through these stories and examples, persistence is key to achieving anything worthwhile in life. It's not about taking huge, dramatic steps. It's about committing to the process, day by day, and never giving up. So, my friends, if you're working on a big goal, if you're feeling discouraged, remember this: take small steps. Keep going, no matter how difficult it seems. Because with persistence, you will get there. Every small effort adds up, and eventually, you will achieve your dreams. Thank you for listening, and I hope this episode has inspired you to stay persistent in your own journey. Keep going, and remember, the journey is just as important as the destination. Outro. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Let's continue growing together, one step at a time. Exercises. 1. Vocabulary practice. Here are some key words and phrases from today's episode. Try to use them in your own sentences. Persistence. Focus. Setback. Achievement. Consistency. Breakthrough. Overcoming challenges. Motivation. Goal setting. Exercise. Write 5 sentences using these words. For example, persistence helped Thomas Edison overcome many failures to create the light bulb. Focus on your goal every day, even when it gets hard. 2. Comprehension questions. After listening to the episode, answer the following questions to test your understanding. What does persistence mean, and why is it important? How did Thomas Edison show persistence in his work? Why is it important to break down large goals into smaller tasks? What role do setbacks play in the process of achieving your goals? How can creating habits help you stay persistent? Exercise. Answer the questions in your own words. You can speak your answers out loud or write them down. The goal is to practice speaking or writing in English to reinforce what you've learned. 3. Speaking practice. Choose one of the following topics and speak about it for 2 to 3 minutes. Your biggest goal. Talk about a big goal you are working towards. How do you plan to achieve it? What steps are you taking every day to get closer to it? Overcoming challenges. Share a personal story about a time when you faced a challenge and how you overcame it. What did you learn from the experience? The importance of small wins. Talk about something small you've achieved recently that made you feel proud. How did it help you stay motivated? Exercise. Record yourself speaking on the topic you choose. After listening to your recording, note any mistakes or areas where you could improve. This will help you build fluency. 4. Practice. Write a short paragraph, around 100 to 150 words, on the following topic. What does persistence mean to you, and how can it help you achieve your dreams? Exercise. Focus on using clear and simple English. Try to incorporate some of the vocabulary words from earlier. If you're unsure of any words, look them up and try to use them correctly. 5. Listening practice. Find a short podcast or video, about 5 to 10 minutes long, in English that discusses a topic related to personal growth or motivation. Listen to it and try to write down 5 new words or phrases that you don't know. Summarize the main idea of the podcast/video in 3 to 4 sentences. Repeat what you hear. Try to repeat sentences or phrases after the speaker to improve your pronunciation. Exercise. This will help you improve your listening comprehension and pronunciation skills. 6. Discussion exercise, optional. If you're studying with a friend or in a group, discuss these questions together. Do you think persistence is more important than talent? Why or why not? Can you think of someone in your life who shows great persistence? What can you learn from them? Exercise. This is a great way to practice speaking and to have a conversation in English. It will help improve your fluency and ability to express your thoughts in English.